So today I figured out how to create vector assets for Cartoon Animator using Flash for the whole G3 bullshit. So what I am doing here, or what I did is for testing purposes, I just quickly put together a bunch of facial sprites the same way that I would do it for G2 characters, I suppose. And when I created the actual symbols, I gave them names such as front hair, left eye, and notice the first letter is capitalized and the second, the first letter is capitalized and then the first letter of the second word is also capitalized. So that seems to be a consistent pattern as far as how the naming structure is. So there's your left ear. And basically, the reason that this is called the left ear and this is called the left ear is because it's the same symbol. I've just kind of duplicated it and moved it over to the other side. So it doesn't matter. So what I do next is you'll see the timeline here. I have everything on a single layer. So when I select everything, after I finish drawing and converting, I will arrange. Let's see, not arrange, distribute. I'm going to distribute to layers. And boom, each layer is created based on the name of the symbol. So now what I'm going to do here is, since this is supposed to be the right ear, I'm just going to manually change it. And because I don't want to have to type all that again, I'm going to copy that section. Control V. So all the items on this side are going to have the designation for the right eye or the right section. And I even have a little cheek symbol. So, because apparently you can create different types of bones that are not even there as long as you have the bone that's named as needed. So for now, I'm just going to do this because I'm not really going to go through the whole process. I just want to show you that I am able to export um, the the images. So here's a blank folder that I created on my desktop, and these are my commands that are inside of Puppet Producer. I just kind of have them outside of there so I can test them individually, and I created this one, which I will probably be adding into Puppet Producer for the next release. That way this feature is in there. Uh, so basically I'm going to launch it, and it's going to ask me where I want to save it. So I'm going to the desktop, and this is called My Face. So I'm looking for the folder called My Face. There it is. All I got to do is select the folder, and notice, boom, it just created all of these layers. Basically, it exported each individual layer as its own thing. So there's my left brow. I don't know if you're able to see that. Um, Here we go. Let's see here. The mouth. Where's the mouth? And there's the mouth. And of course, this is vector. Oops, I don't want to print. So you can zoom in all the way you want without losing quality. So this is the way to go, really. You gotta keep it as vector. Great. Once you start working with raster base, you go back to, kind of bush league stuff. So all of this stuff, and let me see here if I can expand it. Right click, view, large icons, so you can see the contents. I have the back hair, the face, the front hair, left brow, left cheek, left ear, left eye, mouth, nose, right brow, right cheek, all the stuff that I created, exported as SVG files. So now inside of Photoshop, now the trick is here for this stuff to be exactly the same size as you needed it, because even though it's vector, you can resize it. You still want all these pieces to align. So I created a canvas that is 1500 pixels, which is the same size as the canvas in Adobe Animate or Flash. So we're going to go to Photoshop, and all I have to do is, and I'm going to show you what the layers panel looks like in Photoshop. And I don't need this. Close that. So right now we have this background thing. So I'm going to start with the back hair. Drop, hit enter, boom. Then we go to the face, drop, enter, boom. Front, not the front hair. We probably want to do that later. So the next item on the list is probably going to be the mouth. Hit enter to make it go back in place. And see, they're all aligning, because if you don't do this, if you don't have the canvases match the size, you're going to end up with different sizes, and then you have to manually adjust things. And you probably, that's not what you want to do. Now here's the right eye, here's the left eye, here's the right brow and left brow. And notice that based on the name of the file, I'm creating these layers here, so I will be able to, add them to their subfolders or whatever the hell we need to do. Here's the thing here. All right, so that is that. So the beauty of this whole thing is that even though I am in Photoshop, I technically have a full blown raster-based piece of artwork. And I don't know why this thing is acting up. There is my stuff there. I'm gonna zoom in, and of course, because it's in Photoshop, it's the visual representation is is a raster image. You can see the little pixelation crap that we really need to try out to avoid. But if I double click here, notice that it launches the actual SVG file itself. And of course, each individual SVG file can be edited inside of whatever your favorite SVG editor is. In fact, of course, if I want to make an update, I can go inside of Flash itself. And let's say I want to make spiky ears. So now I have a character with spiky ears. I run my little command again. Export layers as SVG. Boom. Look for my files. I am blind. And okay, so it updated. And since it updated, now you can see that the ears are spiky. If I can find it, there it is. Spiky ears. And I could just go into Photoshop. Oh, I never imported the ears. Okay, well, that saves me some time. So there's that ear. Boom. There's that ear. Bam. And it's spiky. So I am able to retain the vector stuff. I'm able to retain the editability of it. It's now the only thing I need to do is come up with some kind of asymmetric communication between Flash and Photoshop or something, so that the changes can be done a little bit faster, colors, things of that nature. But yeah, actual SVG inside of Photoshop. The vector stuff is retained. Now the problem is, of course, once you edit this and take it into Cartoon Animator, you will not be able to go backwards, because if you do, you'll lose the resolution again. So this was from a previous test that I made. I just dropped it in there. The eyes didn't quite come out right because there's some kind of structuring that needs to be done. But from a functional standpoint, it works. All right, I'm done for the day. Goodbye.